Episode 8 of Daredevil Born Again, titled Isle of Joy, starts off where we see Poindexter being moved from where he is into Gen Pop, and we find out that it's Fisk who moved him. Matt Murdock gets a handle on this and gets the news by his associate Kristen, who kind of is worried about Matt because he's, staying out late, going out, and even Heather, his girlfriend, wants to know what's going on, but he's not saying anything. We see Heather get invited to Fisk's ball, and the entire episode from that moment is focused on the ball, where we also see Murdock talking to Poindexter, or Bullseye, and Matt wants to know who hired Poindexter to take out Foggy. Poindexter's not going to say anything, but of course, in a way, Poindexter does escape and makes his way to the ball. This is a 52-minute episode. It's very, very slow going. Very slow going. It's very drawn out, but the grittiness of it is way better than the Netflix show that had 3 seasons. And the reason I say that is because we're also focused on Vanessa. She also has a bigger backstory now in this series than she did in the Netflix series. And Vanessa, of course, her hands aren't clean. She has dirty hands as well, and it just goes to show what's going on and what's happening. The intercuts and the edits in this episode are really, really good, to a point where we see Matt and Heather talking, and then we see Fisk and Vanessa talking. It's back and forth, and the dynamic of these characters together, seeing what's going on, really, really plays a big part in the end. Matt, of course, is late to the ball, where we see Heather waiting for him. Then, in one of the scenes, we see that Fisk makes Daniel deputy and kind of the mayor organization and everything. And I don't mind the character that, Gandolfini's playing, but it's just an annoying character, and he's trying his hardest to, get close to BB. BB, of course, is doing her own journalism work. We then see the commissioner witness something that he didn't know he was going to witness. BB goes to ask the commissioner questions, and we see what's going on, what's happening, why BB's trying to get close to Daniel and trying to get into Fisk and seeing what's happening, what's going on. And then somehow, in a way, we see Poindexter, Bullseye make it to the ball. And then things start unraveling. While Matt and Heather are on the dance floor, you see Matt listening in on certain things, and we find out who actually was the one that hired Bullseye to get rid of Foggy. And of course, in a symbolistic way, what is Kingpin wearing? His white suit. And what happens when he wears a white suit? Something happens and chaos ensues. Not only that, before in a few scenes, he was talking with Jack Devereaux, or the swordsman, wanting to get his blessing and backing and get money from him for his port project that he's going to do and is trying to build and everything. And then something happens at the end of this episode that is so out of left field you didn't see coming. And it's just really, really interesting. One more episode to go as of this review and as of this episode. Episode 9 is the Season 1 finale of Daredevil Born Again. Very curious to see how it's going to play out, how it ends, especially how it goes into Season 2. And I want more. I want more of everything. While this is a fun, interesting season, it's really slow going, it's really drawn out, but I'm sure all loose ends will be tied up, in a way where we figure out what's happening. We get the answers we need for this first season, and it goes into Season 2. But then after the events that happened at the end of the ball and at the end of this episode, what will Fisk do now? Will he trust certain people? Won't he trust certain people? And, where are other characters in this? And who is the bigger villain in all of this and the situation that's going on? And will Matt finally tell Heather that he's Daredevil? And what secrets are Vanessa holding back from her husband or her ex, or whatever you want to call it? A lot of things happening so quickly that we have one more episode to go. I'm curious to see what's going to happen next. Let me know in the comment section what you thought about episode 8 of Daredevil Born Again. Did you like it? Did you not like it? What did you think of it? What did you think about the aspect of the story? Who do you think is behind everything? How do you think Season 1 is going to end? And how do you think it will affect Season 2? And where do you think and what will happen to all these characters? Let me know in the comment section about all the questions I just asked. I'm Mr. Filmstock. Thanks so much for tuning in. I'll see you all in the next review video, and be sure you tune in next week to my Episode 9 Season 1 finale review of Daredevil, Born Again.